Welcome back to Rants, and if you saw my last video, the ending of it, you'll see that I discovered there was a Fred movie. When I was at my grandma's house a couple weeks ago, it was airing on Nick during the Sunday, and I got to saw clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing because there's only so much my brain cells can take. So, I'm only gonna base my opinions off this movie due to the few clips I saw. And if you think that's unprofessional, all I can say to you people is, screw you. So, before I start, I'm just gonna say what I said before. Why make a movie about a character that basically is nothing but annoyance and that fills people with anger? Why? Just why? Why? So anyway, my cousin started watching it around the middle part of my guess that's what it is, and Fred walked into a forest of some kind. He made a little monologue about how he's afraid to go in the forest, blah blah blah. Friggin' grow up. There's nothing in the forest you have to friggin' worry about. I'm surrounded by forests. I'm not scared. I wasn't ever scared when I was a little kid. So anyway, he goes into the forest and he's walking through it, getting scared, and what does he run into? A deer. Typical. Just a deer. Normal little deer. Deer won't hurt nobody. I think the deer is the best character in this movie. That was until the deer started talking. What? What in the living heck? Why is the deer talking? Deers can't talk? No. If you're trying to make me take this movie seriously, why is there a friggin' talking deer? So anyway, Fred starts singing, and guess what? The deer starts singing, and Fred and the deer start singing. What the heck? What the heck is this? Why is Fred and a deer singing together? Why? What logical sense does this make? This isn't Bambi. You can't have singing deers in a real life movie. Ugh. With that brain drain out of the way, Fred mentions that he and his friend were playing in the wood, playing catch with the ball one time. Fred threw the ball into the woods, and his friend went looking for it, and his friend never came out. Huh. Oh gosh. And Fred said that was 10 years ago. So, while he's in the same woods, he runs into his friend who looks like a hermit, and his friend is like, "I found the ball!" And Fred screams and runs away. Okay, there's so many things wrong with this. One, how in the heck can you get lost in a forest that is for 10 years? The forest didn't even look that big. Didn't you ever hear about dropping like something down in case you get lost? Didn't you ever hear about dropping little objects down on the path so you know where you've been and you know how to get back? Man, people who haven't even been in Boy Scouts know that rule. Two, how in the heck can you survive 10 years in the woods? What can you eat? How? That doesn't make any dang sense whatsoever. And three, why would you be afraid of your friend? Wouldn't you be happy to see him? Wouldn't you be happy that he's alive and that practically he's alive when he was trying to get your ball and it was practically your fault that he got lost in there? Dang. Oh my gosh. Yes. So, I was only watching the movie for 2 friggin' minutes, and already I was confused as heck. And I didn't know why the heck he was walking and whatnot, or going on an adventure of some kind. I discovered he was looking for his girlfriend, Judy, trying to stop her from moving. Oh gosh, who the heck cares, Fred? No girl would want to be with you. You sound like a stinking chipmunk, for crying out loud. No girl will want to be with somebody who that doesn't even sound like they've been through puberty yet. And if they have, I would be very... And if there is a girl that would actually want to be with somebody who sounds like they haven't been through puberty yet, prove me wrong. So anyway, another thing that annoyed me about this movie was John Cena playing Fred's father. One, he was basically playing himself. If that makes any sense at all, then how come Fred's last name is Figglehorn and John Cena's last name is Cena, and how can the heck can it be father and son? I know there are some cases when fathers have different last names than their sons, but that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And John Cena is basically walking around just being a wrestler. I don't get that. Oh my gosh, Cena, be an actor or be a wrestler, a horrible wrestler. Be an actor or be a wrestler. You can't be both. You're annoying me as both. You can't act, you can't wrestle, you can't do anything. Go back to your rapping career. No, wait, you can't do that either, because you can't do anything, because you have no talent. I hate you! Yeah, so John Cena playing Fred's father. I saw it coming, and there was one clip I saw where Fred goes to John Cena for, I think it's love advice. Why would you want to ask asking John Cena for love advice? That'll get you somewhere. So anyway, and then all John Cena does was scream and act like he's beating somebody up with his crappy wrestling moves, and that was about it. So, basically, John Cena had no point in being in this movie. He's just there to attract the little kids who watch WWE to get them to watch this movie. Not needed. And finally, the last thing about this movie that really, really annoyed me was why the heck does Fred's voice not as loud, high or loud as he is in his videos? I mean, it kind of sounded like he did hit puberty, but his voice is still sped up. Did they slow him down a little bit, knowing that would make the movie go by too fast and that we wouldn't suffer and that wouldn't be enough for our suffering, so they had to slow it down so we'd suffer more? That just doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, I would calculate I've seen a total of 5 minutes of this movie. 5 minutes. And it is already one of the worst movies I have ever seen. I don't want to see the rest. There's only so much my body can take. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, how can you make a judgment about a movie you only seen 5 minutes of? Because I have brain cells, people. I have brain cells. And my brain cells suffer enough as it is watching all these crappy shows that kids watch these days. Because I don't want to watch a half-an-hour movie about a kid that sounds like if Alvin and the Chipmunks got high off helium. And I don't want to see any more of a movie that has a singing deer in it. So, basically, yeah. Why do I hate this movie so much? Because it doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, if you're gonna be a live-action movie, you really have to take yourself seriously. I mean, I know there are a lot of live-action movies that don't take themselves seriously. I can understand that, but this one, I can't help but to take it seriously because it's so realistic. And seeing a singing deer in a semi-realistic movie, that's just too dang much. So, and you know what? There was actually people emailing me on YouTube saying, oh, the Fred movie was good. I was actually very surprised. Oh my gosh, you're going to love this movie. To which I ask, what the heck were you watching? So, anyway, yeah, Fred the movie. Nickelodeon, you've sunk an all-time low. What's worse, are you going to make a Fred show? Ha! It's bad enough making a Fred movie. You're not going to make a Fred show, are you? Ha! Ha! You are, aren't you? Well, I'm going to go kill myself. This has been, and I'm signing out.